Well, there are times when you buy stuff from eBay that it comes packed like this, and you begin to wonder what the state of the contents is. So I hope it survived. I'll have a quick look. This is something I've been looking for a while, and when I saw one on eBay, I jumped at the chance. Probably paid too much for it, but there we are. Let's have a look. Right, well, okay, that's better than I expected. Transformer snacks. No, I didn't order Transformer snacks. So, despite the outer appearances, this has been reasonably well packed. And here we have it. It's quite small. It's a Lima set. Ooh. And it's the Leopold military train, which is in this case upside down. I do like military trains. So here we have the full thing. A full set of locomotive, the gun itself, number of wagons, and a crew passenger car. Yeah, that looks quite nice. Next thing I'll do is I'll have a go at running it. That'll be fun. This is quite an old set. By Lima Golden Series Militarzug, and yeah, it's quite old judging by the advert on the back. Right, I'll dig it out and have a look at how it runs. Actually, let's take a look at the bits first of all. If I can get the mic, we'll start racking up. There we have a passenger coach. Actually, let me adjust the camera. I'll get a closer look. Be back in a second. Before I take everything out of the box, let's have a quick look through the various parts. I'm not sure if that's a D311 locomotive or a V188. I'm not sure if I can really tell the difference, but both were used on this this type of gun. The gun itself is a Krupp K5 Leopold. This actually was Leopold itself was actually captured towards the end of World War II, and it has now been preserved in Virginia. Now we have a pair of wagons and passenger car. Not sure what year this dates to, but it is fairly elderly. I can't see a I have the instructions, and I don't see a copyright date on it. I've even got a small set of decals, which I don't think I'll bother fitting. Just have a quick look at this one. No, these are all the same operating instructions, but no copyright date on it. Nor is there any indication on the box. That's strange. Perhaps if anybody knows how old this set is, they could let me know. So just looking at the back of the box, I've realised my dad had that drill while I was at school, so that must have been 1970s. That's an old set, gosh. Right, so first of all, here's the locomotive that comes with the set. It's obviously camouflaged. It's a little diesel unit. Comes in two parts. This is the motorized part. It's got you can just see through the window there, it's got a Lima pancake motor. It's quite heavy. Must be quite a large weight in there. I haven't opened it up yet. I think before I run it, oh come on, focus. I think before I run it, I'll give it a clean and a lube. The wheels look relatively clean. It has had some wear by the look of it, but not very much. And I don't see any oil or grease dripping out of it, which is a good sign. There's the front cab. I don't think it's got directional lighting of any form. Nice piece. And there's the second half of the loco, which is just a dummy unit for pickups, and obviously it transfers one wheel set pickup to this to the loco with this drawbar. Again, those wheels look very, very clean. Nice. Let's see what else we've got. I'll have a look at the passenger car in a minute, but what I wanted to look at first of all, close up, was this strange marking on the passenger car and all of the wagons of the set. Now, I originally thought it was some weird sort of hieroglyphics, but what it seems to be is from left to right there are graduations from, or gradations from, and it says 1, 2, 3, 4 right up to 12. I have no idea why that would be on the side of a wagon or on the side of a passenger car. I mean, it's a bit like a plimsoll line for a ship, but it's no. If anybody has any idea why that should be there, then please let me know. It's very strange. And here's a further out view of the passenger car. It's a nice little corridor carriage. That's where the strange marking is. Everything else seems to be what you might expect for a military train. Underneath it's got very little detail, but battery boxes on the side and some, perhaps what is that, a compressor and a tank and fans. Air conditioning on a military train, wow. And yeah, it looks nice. It's very old, very old design. It's obviously got plastic molded in buffers. It's again, underneath the wheels look very, very clean, or they would if the camera would focus properly. The camera is more intent on my keyboard than on my logo. There we go. Right, that's the passenger car. I noticed the windows, I don't know if they're scratched or if they're just starting to craze, but yeah, age is getting to all of us. Quite a nice interior there, fairly standard basic stuff. Right, on to the next one. So my camera's playing up today, so I'll start with a close shot of the open wagon. This is the open wagon that comes with the set. Again, we've got that strange gradation mark. I don't know what that symbol means, other than this way up. Again, reasonable amount of detail, molded in buffers, typical of the time. Again, that strange gradation. 60. What is that? A speed limit, perhaps? And again, there's a bit of detail underneath. Very clean wheels. Nice detail inside, a bit of planking detail. But just a standard open wagon. Nice. Next is this closed wagon or van. I dare say that's where the ammunition for the gun is held. Nice level of detail on this one for its edge. Again, that's strange. This way up. Symbol. Again, that strange gradation mark. Showing its edge, there's a bit of something nasty on the roof there, but I can clean off easily enough. Again, clean wheels, reasonable amount of detail underneath. I'm not a fan of detail underneath because you don't really see it unless there's an accident. Right. And finally, Leopold itself. This is the gun that comes with the set, and this is the bit that gives me the most trouble in filming. Okay, one of the handrails is a little loose, but I'll clip that back in a minute. The gun is posable, which causes all sorts of problems when you're trying to keep it as much of the thing in shot as possible. It comes on as 3 parts. There's the front bogie, which is articulated. And a rear bogie, similarly articulated. And the main item itself comes with, oops, I've dropped it. Oh yes, the loader operates. The gun hinges about there, and there's a mechanism underneath just to dampen the motion so that it stays where it's put. And I like the way that the front and rear bogies are keyed so that the front bogie can only go onto there and the rear bogie can only go into there. So you can't get them wrong. I bet I can. So there's the front bogie on. The rear bogie goes into there somewhere. I should have done this one first. And there we have Leopold. I dread to think what the minimum radius for this train is. Now the next question is, what order would these run in? And I think because the gun extends beyond that coupling, that I would put the flat wagon, the open wagon first. I think my passengers, sorry, my crew, would be next to the locomotive, and then if that's the explosives, they would be right at the back, away from the engine and away from the crew. Now it may be that shells were, it may be that that is just for the gunpowder and wadding, and shells were carried in that open wagon. So whether I would have that next to my crew, I'm not sure. However, the end of the gun does mean that that has to go there. Oh well, at least I'm not going to be travelling in it. Right, well, I hope you found that interesting, and thank you for watching. I've got another military train on order, and we'll see what happens when it arrives. Cheers.